Kunle, we got your connection, so can we please hear from you regarding all your wonderful work you're doing regarding the mental health projects?
All right, thank you so much. I hope my network doesn't listen to that because sometimes it listens to people. Okay. Yeah, it's been wonderful. Like I was saying earlier on, it was an immersion. Learning about the three C's. I mentioned the fact that, for those who had it in mind that, yeah, these are the words that I have come across at a point in time that I even practice. I said it that if you are something, or if you are not something, try to be. And if you are already, try to be better. And that was what it offered me. Um, Getting into the three C's mastermind classes during that period, it was highly effective when you listen to other people. And I have been able to pull a lot from other people's experience, and then also um, adapting all the things that we learn into my own personal life, because what I deal with in my advocacy of mental health, I speak to people. So communication is very important. And then I also try to meet people. Connection is important to me. And most importantly, I cannot do it alone. That means I will have the every reason to collaborate with people, collaborate with individuals and organizations. So I've been able to own my skills better because of, the three C's and then the element daring that we learn over that period of time. And most importantly, the accountability partnership that we created immediately after that was like the icing on the cake, because I mean, of all the critical critical things that I highlighted that I wanted to do with my partner. Number one thing is to register a not-for-profit organization, again, like a foundation for mental health during that period, which I communicated with my partner, and I said I was going to do that, and a couple of weeks afterwards, that was done. And I think I've shared it, in one of our meetings. And to cap it off as well, I said I was going to write an ebook, and the ebook was ready last week, and to be published very, very soon. So it gave me that opportunity to have someone who listens to me, someone that I am accountable to as well, irrespective of the fact that, yeah, I have been able to achieve some things in the past, but going forward, it's also important we nudge ourselves with that mentality of having someone we are accountable to. There is a push that gives you, there is a prod that gives you, and that has also helped me in that regard. So, I mean, like they say, for everybody who is listening, everyone who had not joined, and those who will watch this later on, the taste of the pudding, like they say, is in the eating. The benefit of the three C's mastermind class is when you get in right there and be immersed in the teachings and the lessons, and also the coming together of people who will be there together to share the experience with you, that will practically deliver the power right into your hands.
Kunle, thank you so, so much. How powerful was that? Absolutely amazing. The work that you're doing, you've done, and the way you're going ahead as well. So thank you. I'm glad we got you back and your internet connection was open and ready for everyone to hear your message. And now if I can ask Stuart, if we can have Hafsa's video. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ajulum Harsha Ismail, a participant of DCF's 3Cs Mastermind program, and I'd like to share my experience with you. So through this program, my views about communication, connecting, and collaboration have changed. I have learned to be sensitive to people, their mood, their emotions when talking to them, because I do not want to speak in a way where my words are perceived to be another when I do not really mean so. Also, I have learned to, communicate in a way they would understand, using words they would understand. Like, why use words or big jargons to communicate with people who do not get what you are trying to say? And in doing that, I'm able to, build a better relationship and connect with them on a much deeper level. Why? Because the person is able to connect or relate with what I am saying. And with that connection, we're able to build a foundation which ultimately facilitates collaboration to impact the world and the society at large. Another view I gained from this program is that communication is a two-way street. And communication happens when one party speaks, the other party understands and is able to process it, and then gives feedback. And the other party also understands and is able to process it. If any of these parties are unable to understand, process, and give feedback, then there's a block in the communication. Communication has not happened. So it's not always about you speaking in a way that the person understands. It also has to do with the person you're communicating with. Is the person also speaking in a way that you understand? Are you asking for clarification? These are all things that goes into communication. So it's not always about you, but it has to do with you and the party you are having the communication with. Personally and professionally, my communication, my connection with people and collaboration have, been positively influenced. I now have a better relationship with my family and friends because I'm able to communicate properly. And at work, I used to beat myself over things I had been told to do and I didn't.
That's the end of the video, so my apologies for it cutting short.
No, thank you. At least we had the opportunity to hear how she
Came
messaged.
from Ghana to South Africa to China to you. So it's beautiful that we can do that.
The world of technology does work when it wants to. And if I can just say, while we're having the fun today in the part of our fundraising, we have had yet another payment donation come through. So big round of applause. Right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have the greatest privilege to introduce a wonderful, wonderful young gentleman, right, who I met through DCF. Seems like a short few months ago, but in my heart, it's like I've known him forever. I'd like to introduce you to our Mr. Puffy Mandupe. His story is so inspirational, so inspiring of where he came from and what exceptional work he is actually doing on the ground. And the greatest thing that we've got, he's now going to be the voice of DCF on our new podcast. Really, really looking forward to this uplifting and empowering your action. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Puffy Mandupe.
Yay! Thank you so much, Shama. That's a wonderful one. And happy birthday, Shama. We love you lots, from Destiny Connect Foundation. We really love you so much. All the best in your future endeavors. So it's really an honor to be in the presence of everyone, Destiny Connect Foundation team, and also our lovely guests who have joined us in this pledge campaign. We love you guys. So as Shama said, my name is Puffy Mandupe, and I'm from South Africa, Pretoria. I'm a life coach. I do mindset coaching, and I had the honor and the privilege of being, the social impact ambassador at Destiny Connect Foundation. So the first thing when I came into the 3Cs, first round table that I attended, boom, I get people from all over the world. And I'm like, what? Okay, this is beautiful, because it warmed my heart for the fact that I'm in a table, then I see someone from Canada, I see someone from UK. I'm like, what? Okay. And it was beautiful because for the first time, I started learning about communication, not only a stream way of a certain subject, but communication broadly, where I now felt that I'm being heard, I'm being understood, and I'm understanding other people, because we can all express ourselves more confidently. That understanding from different people, it showed me that, DCF has got the love and the passion for humanity. That is why it has the vision to bring people together so that they can express themselves. And from that, I managed to connect with so many people, because from this particular, experience, I had accountability partners like Monera Dere, who's also here, Ingo van Roy, and they played a major role in my life. From that particular foundation in the 3Cs Roundtable has really inspired us to develop many ideas and breathe hope to each other and one another. And we are able to collaborate in so many programs that are even now, in motion, and we are achieving extraordinary results. So before I joined the 3Cs, I struggled with feeling like I'm stuck, because I felt like I'm not moving, like I'm this flower that is not blossoming. And I'm like, what's going on? What's wrong? And when I came into these 3Cs, I realized that it's like the fertile soil that I needed in order for me to blossom and understand what communication is, relate to other people and allow other people to relate to me, learn new ideas, breathe hope, as I said, to other people. Shama has spoken about my story, that I was raised in a very abusive environment and I struggled with brokenness for many years. And part of me finding healing, the settlement came through these 3Cs, because being able to speak to people and share my story, and other people also opening up. Because when I came into the table, I was like half close-minded. When you're like a room with a door that is half opened and you think you know everything, but you realize that you don't know. Now, I also had the honor as a social impact ambassador of representing Destiny Connect Foundation on the ground. And we are so much proud to have worked with organizations. Some of them are organizations for girls at risk, girls who've been sexually molested, and they've got nowhere else to go. So they keep them in these particular centers. And people like us from Destiny Connect Foundation, we come and we give them hope. We teach them communication, how to love themselves. And these 3Cs helps them a lot. Some of them, they were human trafficked and they were retrieved and they are being put in these centers. They find hope. I remember there was an organization we went to. It's called The Inn. It's a center for elderly, homeless people. And that's when I realized that people have got dreams. They've got visions. I remember these older people saying, do you think I can still register a company? I always wanted to do this. But I realized after this roundtable that there's still hope. I'm talking about someone who's 70 years old. And they said, I'm going to start living that dream. I'm going to make that vision come to pass. And it warms my heart. Sometimes I cry when I'm with these people, because I understand that some of them lost hope. Some of them are broken men. I remember I was talking to the founder, James Ojo, whom is my mentor. And I said to him, there are men who've been abused like myself. And some of them, they are angry. They hate their women. They hate their kids. But overall, they are willing to sit down for this 3Cs roundtable. They are happy with this idea of talking openly and expressing how they feel. So we are happy that the programs are already on the ground. We are looking forward to that podcast, because it's going to reach many people all over the world and people are going to be able to talk. We are ready to go on ground also to introduce the 3Cs to different communities. The organizations that I'm mentioning, it's only the beginning, because there are so many great organizations out there that are crying, that are believing that once Destiny Connect Foundation reaches them, then it means hope has reached them. And I'm so proud to be part of this organization. And I want to say congratulations to Mr. James Ojo and everyone, the DCF team, the advisory board, the board of directors, the team, and all of us on the ground. We are proud of you, because we know that people have found hope. The love and the passion for humanity that we see in this organization, it gives me the confidence that even when I'm on the ground, I really walk with pride, because I know that we are doing something that humanity needs. And I'm so grateful. I'm even emotional now, but I know that with these resources that are coming through, this is a vision for life. Thank you so much. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Puffy. You just have a way with words, let me tell you that. And we are so grateful for what you've done so far, your contribution. and the exponential change that you've also brought on the ground with the communities. It's one thing being online, and it's the heart of DCF not to just be online, but exactly to be in the ground, to be in the prisons, to be in the rehab centers, and to be in all those places, to have the support of all the different NPOs that are part of Destiny Connect in order to support each other. I don't even imagine this network, but I see this network operating in a way that if one NPO needs something and another one is overflow, we can give into the different NPOs in order to help. A lot of the time food gets given, but the amount of food that's getting given is way too much for one organization or for the structure that they have. And therefore we can speak within the organization and say, we do have food in this area. Who else can we help? I mean, that is the ripple effect that Shama has also been speaking about. And as individuals, as you can see, we can make a change. As businesses, as companies, we can make a change. It doesn't, anywhere in the world, and we see that now. We see how we're literally making a change from different parts of the world. And you know, the three ways that we're making this change and have this impact in the business world, for me, is through three types of leadership. I speak about self-leadership, servant leadership, and then transformational leadership. If we look at self-leadership as where we started, and we said, I look at myself, and I'm going to put in what needs to be put in to make the change within me so that I can help other people. It's about understanding your own strengths and your weaknesses and being so continuously committed to personal growth. Because self-leaders are built from within, but they are constantly developing themselves in order to also develop others. They work hard for what they want, and they work hard to maintain the momentum and the growth. And we've seen that with so many of the testimonies tonight, that because they know that these things bring change, they keep developing, they keep growing, they keep changing. Because as they grow, develop, and change, they see that effect, they see how it goes forth. I'm reminded of the movie many years ago, Paid It Forward, where the little boy did 4 things for somebody else that they couldn't do for themselves. And he grew, and that eventually went into one massive change within their town. And therefore, when we grow ourselves, others around us, we can form long-lasting and positive growing relationships that bear fruit, but also brings forth the positive change within ourselves and others. And then if we look at one of my favorite other subjects is, like I said, the servant leadership. I love to serve people, and servant leadership is that selfless commitment to prioritize and serve the needs, the growth, and well-being of other people. And Destiny Connect is about that. Our servant leadership is rooted in humility. It's rooted in sacrifice and genuine love for those we've led. And I'm sure if you've listened to everybody tonight, that's what you heard. You heard humility, you've heard sacrifice, and you've heard that genuine love to help others and to make that change. Servant leaders, as servant leaders, we use the knowledge and the wisdom that we've gathered through developing ourselves and the ones around us. And now we impart it into others and towards a vision and a goal that is bigger than ourselves. And that's what we see with Destiny Connect. And then my utmost favorite is transformational leadership, because that's how we grow. That's how we make that impact. First in ourselves, then as we serve, and then transformational. Because transformational leadership is self-leadership and servant leadership in action in large groups of people and a large network. It's the stewardship of leaders who, through that genuine humility we spoke about, authenticity we spoke about even earlier today, and a deep commitment, seek to elevate and to equip others. Transformational leadership is about not wielding power, but empowering and nurturing growth in those that we lead. Because transformational leadership, together with DCF, and what we are doing is we are a community that is legacy focused. I'm sure you can see that the change that we are bringing is for more than one generation. It's to leave a legacy. It's not just for now, it's for years and years to come. And it's future generations who will be influenced by this. Our leadership and the way we are doing this is deeply intertwined with building and nurturing, like we've said so many times, the long-lasting relationships over a long period with large groups of people to cause the community and global and generational change. It reminds me of a story of John Maxwell that he told us in 2013 when they wanted to bring change in Guatemala. And I'll never forget his excitement about that, because as we were speaking, he was saying that they wanted to bring change or transformational change within Guatemala. And John Maxwell and his team went over and he said, I want a meeting with the president. And I mean, like, who just does that? But that is the way he does things, right? And they arranged a meeting with the president, and John Maxwell went to him and he said, we want to bring change within your country. And John Maxwell said to him that if you don't bring change now, that your children and your children's children will not have a job, will not have a house, will not have an income. That is at the point they were at that point in time. And the president sat back and he said to John Maxwell, what do you need? And John Maxwell said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to come back in 3 months' time, and we're going to bring educators and transformational leaders, and we're going to come into the country and we're going to teach and equip the youth. All I need you to do is to gather the youth for me, and we will meet in 3 months from now. And John Maxwell made that happen, not by himself, but by his group and his people, that is the team that is built around him. And it's like James also said, we can't do this alone. We need the help of everybody. 3 months later, they showed up back in Guatemala with 147,000 educators. And they met John Maxwell, the educators, plus the youth in a stadium in Guatemala. And John Maxwell addressed the youth and he said to them that your future is going to be different. Your future is going to be impacted, and it's not going to look in the same way that it's looking now. And as they said that, John Maxwell said to them that change is about to happen, and you are in the room tonight to make that happen. And when he said that, that stadium full of youth started to chant and say, we are in the room. We are in the room. We are in the room. And to me, we're sitting here tonight and we are in the room, and we're about to be part of that change that we are going to make as a DCF community, the change that's going to change generations, that's going to leave legacies, and that's going to make an impact. I want to thank you for being here and saying yes to the call, saying yes to, I'm going to make a change, and I'm going to be part of this group of people that's going to run into the world and each make impact where they are. It's truly an honor for us to be here with you, and it's truly an honor for us to see that we're not alone in this. And we have a team that is going to run with us and is going to make that change. And it is in this time that I want to introduce Helen. Helen, she's from Durban in South Africa. She's a human resource specialist and has been in the industry for over 30 years, and also having to done the 3 C's program. Helen, how will the 3 C's program contribute to employee well-being? You're welcome.
Right. Hello, everyone. I'm Helen from Durban, South Africa. Thank you for the introduction. Right. Are you just wanting me to answer that particular question or give you a little bit more?
Give us a little bit more as well. What was your experience, and then how? Yes.
Okay, perfect. Right. So James and I met on a networking group earlier this year. He connected with me after that meeting and asked if I'd like to attend a DCF mastermind program with others. I agreed, however, I had no idea what to expect. I attended the weekly sessions via Zoom and met a great bunch of people, and Puffy happens to be one of them. And these people were keen to actually make a difference in the world. We were all from different backgrounds and varying stages of life, so each person's contribution to the sessions each week was rich with diversity and valuable. In my everyday HR work, I interact with people, and communication, connection, and collaboration are part of this work. Before the program, I believed that communication was about the exchange of information. Connection was building relationships, and collaboration was about working together with others for a common goal. So how have my views changed about these topics since? After the program, my understanding of each topic has deepened. Communication involves active listening, empathy, and adaptability. Connection encompasses emotional intelligence and genuine engagement. Collaboration is not only about teamwork, but also about leveraging diverse perspectives of others and fostering an environment of trust and mutual respect. How has this experience impacted my professional and personal life? In my professional life, I am now more tuned to all the elements of communication, which has improved my interactions with the staff of my clients and the meetings I conduct almost daily with them. The emphasis is on genuine connection, and this has helped me to build stronger professional relationships. In my personal life, the program has encouraged me to be more present and engaged in interactions with family and friends. This has also improved my listening skills and my personal relationships. The principles of collaboration have also inspired me to be more inclusive and open-minded in dealing with others. So how has the program helped me to grow? The program has pushed me out of my comfort zone and highlighted some preconceptions I may have had before. I've developed better listening skills, which has enhanced my ability to understand and empathize with others. Overall, I am more adaptable, open-minded, and resilient. So how can this program contribute to employees' well-being? Firstly, I have 4 items. The first one is improves communication. Employees will learn to communicate more effectively, reducing misunderstandings and conflicts. This creates a more harmonious and productive work environment. The second one is it fosters genuine connections by promoting emotional intelligence and authentic engagement. The program helps employees to build stronger, more supportive relationships with their colleagues, which can lead to increased employee engagement and a sense of belonging. The third one is enhanced collaboration. With a better understanding of collaboration, employees can work more effectively and creatively in a team. This fosters a sense of accomplishment and shared purpose. The last one promotes a positive work culture. The principles taught in the program can help create a work culture that values open communication, mutual respect, and continuous growth. Such a culture is crucial for employees' overall well-being and engagement. As you can see, there are positive benefits for both the employer and the employee by enrolling in this program. Thank you to James for inviting me to this program, and I want to say thank you to everyone who is doing whatever they can for DCF, and I look forward to contributing from a volunteer perspective in terms of HR, and look forward to working with all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Helen, and we're looking forward to you being part of the team. We can't wait and making that change that needs to happen. Shoma, I think you can carry on. I'm just not seeing Isabel on the call right now.
No, we're not going to have Isabel with us, unfortunately. So, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm going to move on to another wonderful, wonderful lady who I got to meet through DCF. And it's our lovely Jackie Zoccoli from across the pond from where I am. We have worked together. We have been on the 3Cs program, but we took a step further, even before we completed our time together, which James is going to talk about. But we, together with Inga, Jackie, myself, we've created yet a follow-on course, which is going to be absolutely explosive. And when we talk about, when we have intervention from the, from the above powers, three different places where we're from. I mean, I'm in different, continent actually to Jackie and Inga. We come together, and the synchronicity, the synergy that we had was incredible. So without any further ado, I'd like to pass on the mic and introduce Jackie Zaccoli to you all.
Thank you so much, Shama. I really cannot tell you how much I appreciate our relationship. It has been so beautiful. And to bring up as well, Helen, oh my gosh, you hit all the topics. I mean, it's a little hard to elaborate on all of that. However, let me say, first of all, through my growth as an individual of being in another culture in Liberia for 2 years, and looking at that culture through the eyes of a volunteer to bring peace and to try to understand a culture, and then to fast forward, I don't know, some 50 years from then, and then to be looking at my own life. What I did was when I ran into James, it just was like he opened my soul to say, this is what I've been working toward. This this is the answer with so much more clarity than I was able to express. And then when I went through the mastermind group, it was like, whoa, that's all that word means. That's really what it means. I understand at a whole different level. It was so cool. And my personal development was as strong as anything else. And then I learned from all the different cultures that were part of that group how beautiful their depth was, and to really listen to the challenges that they had gone through was such an eye opener. It just opened up my eyes to whole different cultures. And that was really important because I work with cultures all over the world with some 20 countries, and to be able to have the insights and the understanding and the real listening to what people said, it really brought it home to me as to how to listen to cultures. And some of the comments that people have made, in our differences allows our strength to grow. Oh, I love that, because that's exactly what happens as we work with other cultures. It's really beautiful. And then we had the accountability session, excuse me, with Bill and in Nigeria. And all of a sudden here I'm looking at another culture and understanding where they're coming from very openly, and being able to finish that bridge, to be able to start a new bridge by really listening to cultures from another country. And so I think the whole concept of communication and connection and collaboration is that you cannot have any of it without communication. And communication is the bridge to connection. And it's learning how to communicate that decides our collaboration. And being able to create with Shama and Inger this next step of collaboration complete brings the next step into the growth in cultures all over the world. I know that we can make this happen. Can you even envision? Think for a minute. Think for a minute of all the cultures that any of you were involved with. If they had this opportunity to listen to themselves, to listen to others, to try to understand, which would eliminate fear, to try to understand, and then to communicate together and collaborate. I see that world, and I'm determined to make it happen with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. I see it too. I see it very clearly, and I'm ready to go with it. I think if I can do a quick summary of just the places DCF has already been busy with making an impact is, as you can hear, it's individuals, it's groups, it's individuals right across the globe, it's groups, it's on the ground, it's over Zoom calls, it's online, it's in the podcast, it's through the 3Cs program, it's through a network of NPOs that's going to help and support each other, and it's through the giving of your heart, your time, your contribution in any kind of way that we are going to make these things happen. And with that, James, I want to hand over to you so that you can tell us, where is DCF going in the future? We're very excited to hear.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jadin, and thank you so much, everyone. You are all amazing. You've hit the nail on the head. And yeah, I'm just going to say this, that with all being said, our future is now looking brighter. Hope has been rekindled, and we all together have become a beacon of hope to humanity. So we are not only stopping on the 3Cs, because that is just the first step. That is just the foundational course. Right. Now that we've learned how to communicate, we learn how to find common ground within our connection. Because connection, human being, we are hardwired for connection. We all long to belong. Whether you are becoming a donor or a sponsor, or you're becoming a member of Destiny Connect Foundation, you will feel the sense of belonging, and that gives the sense of purpose. And that ripple effect is going to make a greater impact in the world. So now the next step, what is the next step? You might be asking, what is the next step? So from 3Cs, we want to be able to reach 2,000 to 2,430 people in 1 year's time. And that is just a starting point. And that is achievable with what we have done so far. We are able to, with no resources, we are able, with little to no resources. Thank God for people that are here today, but we are able to take a little over 100 people, participants through this course. And we believe that with you joining us, we can even do much more than that. So in 1 year's calendar, we want to take 2,430 people through the course. And that in the next 5 years, which is the bigger picture, we want to be able to reach 5 million people. How amazing is that your ripple effect is going to inspire change in the world, and that is going to lead into a legacy of positive impact. So our next steps, we have course that we are bringing on board. One of them is what Jackie Sokoli has really briefly touched on, which is Impact Network Mastery, where we learn the depth of networking mastery, which are these fundamental skills to connect with resources, to build resources, to share resources. And that being said, and then there are other projects that we would like to support. And that is also part of the human essential. That is also essential need of humanity, which is water. And without further ado, I would just like to introduce Dr. Nelly Swanepoel to tell us about the project that is equally important to humanity. As of today, we have millions of people that do not have access to clean water. For some of us, we might just go right away within a 2 meter and we are able to drink water. But to some people, that is a die-hard need. They have to travel miles to have access to water. So I'll hand over to Dr. Nelly Swanepoel to tell us more about the project that is also part of our program that will be rolling out soon. We will be co-piloting this program together.
Thank you so much, James. I really appreciate it. And I just wanted to tell you, when I started the school, I had everything worked out and it was very nice in front of me. It is in my dustbin at the moment, because while you all were talking, I've decided to change everything. to get to the point. And with doing so, I want to drag you in with me, where I heard such nice words tonight. I heard accountability. I heard collaboration, communication, connection. And then many of you said that through this connection, we build trust. And by building trust, we were able to pull in more people. And Puffy, you said it so nice. And this is where the water project is going to take us. People, we can train as many people as we want to, but if they are thirsty and hungry, they can't take any of the programs that we can design for them. And that is where we need to make use of new technologies that is available. One of these new technologies that is available is an on-site wastewater treatment plant with a well or just one source of water that we can develop with solar energy, renewable energy that can be in the most remote area that we can think about. And we can use the sewage, the grey water, the kitchen water, all the wash water can go into this one system. It will clean it without any maintenance and service, and they will get clean water on the other side that is being sanitized by UV, so it can be used for irrigation immediately. And they can generate and create their own vegetable gardens. I think if we can implement this, how many people we're going to empower? We're going to use the men that Puffy was talking about that is so cross, and the women that is so cross that don't have a job at the moment, that can take the accountability. And through this accountability, they can create the water source. They can work with the entire community to generate and create their own food production. And they can get to a point where they can even sell off some of their fruits and vegetables to other communities, or they can do barter trading. They can have chicken and eggs. There's so many things that can come into play if they have clean water that they can use, and they don't need to walk miles to get those clean water. And that is one of the things that I really see, and I can't wait to work with James on this project to move this forward, because it will just create more fields and more growth areas for all these programs to be delivered, because people will be able to look after themselves and to empower themselves and to generate their own food security. And that is something that we see more and more as a real challenge across the world. Because all the big infrastructure, the pipelines and everything is just washed away through all the floods. And with all the new rains too much with the climate change, if we generate this circularity and it is just going around and around with any flash floods, it's so much easier to just maintain the pipe work within that area. And everybody is involved in the community and we can move forward. And when I talk about a community, I'm also talking about a suburb. So that if there's a small group of houses in a suburb that wants to do this, they can become an example for the rest of the suburbs to do this. It can be in a squatter town. It can be anywhere in the world, and they can set the example to do that. I want to read to you something that I didn't know that I'm going to use tonight. On my Facebook status this morning, I've put something that I realized that all of you have implemented, and it is so powerful. Uncommon advice. If you don't know what to pursue in life right now, pursue yourself. Pursue becoming the healthiest, happiest, most healed, most present, most confident version of yourself. Then the right path will reveal itself. James, all the best wishes for moving forward with this project. And on this note, I will volunteer some of my time to help you with this as well. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Nelly Swanepoel. And that was great. That, yeah, there's another hope to humanity when it comes to access to a common need, which is water. So, and after that, we have other programs like rehabilitation center, for instance, where we can even install this water plants. And again, teach people that are coming into the rehabilitation center to learn how to manage this water system on their own, how to gain the skills that can help them when they get cleaned up, when they get cleaned up and cleaned up from the drug, when they get back to their community, they can do something with themselves and they can be accountable for their own life. So we also going to be running this program in rehabilitation centers, in any centers that can help us to spread the word, that can help us to get people to stand up and do something with themselves. That is one of the training, and people now have access to clean water. They have access to job. They have their mind is been empowered, and now they can now see beyond where they are coming from and into a brighter future. So water is one of the programs that we will be running, and again, a lot of other educational resources that we are busy working on. Come join us. Take a step. Take a step. Try with the 3 C's. Come and join us. We want you to join us because we believe that together we can do a greater things. Together we can bring hope back to humanity. Together we can build a world where everyone is equal, is equally important, equally valued, respected, and empowered to thrive. So thank you so much, Dr. Nelly. And to have access and to read more about our upcoming programs, please hop on our website. We are at dcfnetwork.org, and we can take it from there. Please speak to us. We are here to help one another. We are here to help make a greater things happen. And we are here to bring that peace. We cannot invest in peace, but we want to invest in ourselves. We want to invest in people so that we can have eternal peace, so that we can have peace that will last, that will transcend through generations. So thank you.
Right, thank you. Thank you, James.
One thing, please share with everybody you know the links, the website, and everything, because we can't do it alone, as James said at the beginning. And there's just so much potential for making this massive change. So share with everybody, save the chat, and together we can make this wonderful difference. So sorry about that. I just had to.
All right. I mean, Dr. Nelly, you actually hit the nail on the head of what I was saying right at the beginning of the program. The very basics of life, food and water. Absolutely correct. If you're hungry and you're thirsty, you're not going to be able to do much, are you? And by giving people the opportunity of that water, we think of it just as a drinking aid, but look at the cleaning, the washing, flower beds, and that, you're not just giving people work or food and water, you're actually giving people their dignity, by not just giving somebody, the old saying, don't just give people a fish, teach them how to fish, to actually get it themselves. Or the bread, don't just give them a loaf of bread, give them the seeds to grow, the wheat. So all of that, by them being able to do that, one thing, it gives them something to do, a purpose in life. And the other thing is, can you imagine the level of dignity these people can build up again from those difficult places that they're living in now? So I think that's an amazing, amazing thought that you have there. I'm so sorry we have gone over time, which is not surprising, the fun that we're having with our fundraiser. Just want to say a huge thank you to all of you for spending, I say my afternoon, evening, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. Just a quick shout out just to Dr. Cash. She's actually in Belize. There's a massive, massive project that's going on there. She's a fountain of knowledge of when it comes to education, right up to university levels. And I can't even remember the number of these masterminds that she's running, because it's at a funny time. It's the middle of the night for me. I mean, Puffy and I, we're the sort of people that do the presentation with James in our waking up normal hours. But it's amazing, beautiful, beautiful dream that we're all sharing. And thank you again. Contribute, share as much as you can. So let's together make this dream come true. So over to you, Janine, for your final words.
Sharma, you fished the bread seed right out of my mouth, is all I can say.
Sorry.
I just wanted to say it's just so beautiful because we are moving towards empowerment of a person, empowerment of a family, empowerment of a community, and then a generation. Every single effort that each one of us are going to be putting in is to empower people, to empower families and communities. And I just wanted to say thank you again for your time. Thank you for the investment of time that you've made tonight, and any investment of time and resources financially, however you can contribute in the future. We are looking forward to empowering others with you right next to us. And James, I think you can just finish for us tonight and just wrap it up. And if there's any questions, then we can also ask that. Thank you, James.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for all you have done today. Thank you for taking that step forward to want to join a force that is bringing back hope to humanity, that is bringing that joy to our land. Thank you so much for coming together. Thank you so much for stretching your hand, your helping hand, to reach someone else, to rise to a greater height. Thank you so much for being here today. Your time is valuable to us. Your time is a massive generosity to uplift humanity. That's the theme of this fundraiser says, transforming people to uplift life. Transforming people, empowering people to transform lives. So I believe that we are all empowered today. And if you are out there listening to this event today, or engaging, or even watching, or whenever it comes up in your field, please come and join us. Come and join us. We want to have you with us, because with you together we can make a greater impact in our world, and we'll build a better and brighter future for everyone. So come and join us in any capacity that you can. One is too small a number to achieve greater impact, but your help, your coming together, your little help that you can give, your helping hand, it will be a hope to uplift our humanity and transform lives. Please come join us. Join us in any capacity that you can, and we would love to see you soon. We would love to see you back very, very soon, when we join hands together and help uplift this world together and build a better future for everyone. Thank you so much. My name is James Ojo, and I thank each and every one of you, the team members, everyone, the host, Dr. Janine Dukabo, Shama Kurana, Stuart Elliott, Dr. Nelly, Sherry Bushidi, Puffy. Thank you so much for being the voice behind the good of humankind. And thank you, Ingo Van Roy, for joining us today. You are amazing, and thank you for all that you do to bring hope back to humanity. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Kunle. Thank you, Juanita. I can see Juanita there. I can see Tamara. Thank you so much for being here. Today, your presence has really made a difference. And we hope to be walking this journey of uplifting humanity together. See you very, very soon. Please keep in touch. Continue to be a beacon of hope to humanity. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so
Just
much.
wanted to say thank you, James, as well, for having this dream, being our beacon for DCF. And we are
Absolutely.
definitely in your light.
Thank you, James.